guys, for the first time ever, I'm filming this at the midway point of the year. Like, I mean, technically I have a week left of June, but normally I film this, like, for the beginning of June, so I'm doing great. Look at me, constraint. I've thought about filming this for a while. But I had other videos I'd rather film, and I didn't want to reflect on the year yet. I don't know. It felt daunting. So here we are, and I'm going to be using the prompts that Gavin from Gavin Reads It All put together, which is very similar to the original creators, who he has listed in his video. So I'll list his video down below, and if you want to see the original, you can go that way. Although I feel like the originals are gone. Like, I think the channels no longer are very active, and I think the videos are privated. At least whenever I've tried to in the past find the originals, this is what I run into. And I wasn't here when the originals came forth, so I've just always been, like, part of this time of year. So, let's go. And I'm going to change out one of the questions he puts in, but otherwise I like the questions, so I'm just going to keep it with it. How has my reading year gone so far? I think it's good. It feels good. I feel really productive in terms of reading books on my TBR, and I feel like my excitement is being appropriately met by the books I'm putting on my physical and, like, ephemeral TBR. I've had more hits than misses. Favorites are hard to find, but I feel like that's more a condition of, like, the more you read, the higher your standards are. Maybe. But that said, I'm still, like, I've had some high months. Like, March was amazing. I believe June, also pretty good. I haven't, like, wrapped up June yet officially. That'll be this coming Friday's video. And I'm not filming that for, like, a week. But I feel really good about June as well. Like, June has a stinker, but it has some good stuff. It has some good surprises that we will talk about a little on this list. So I think I feel largely good. But, you know, who's to say? We'll find out at the end of the year. Best book I have read so far this year. This was hard. But I do believe it's The Incandescent by Emily Tesh. It's for sure the best new release I've read this year. And I looked at my other 5 stars, and I think this is it. I think this is the one. It's a combination of the experience and the content, right? Like, it's that perfect storm of, like, I was on vacation. I did have time to read it. I did. It got me excited to do something in my downtime on that vacation. And it's like, it's a magic school. And I love the magic school trope, but from the perspective of an educator, of the director of magic. And she's in her 30s and she's struggling with work-life balance. Like, hello. Like, she literally just talks about teaching techniques. I'm there. I'm so there. And she's messy. And the book lets you be in suspense for just long enough when she makes dumb mistakes. It's dramatic. It's fun. I have a great time. What is the best book I've reread so far? I think I've only reread one, but it would probably be the best one anyways, and that is The Golden Compass. Like, fantastic. Probably my best experience reading this first book in the series, because I read it with a bunch of friends, 2 of them who are from the United Kingdom, and I got to learn a lot about the history that was probably influencing this work while it was written, because when I first read this work, I'll be real, I probably knew London was a place, but not really that much, only in the sense of maybe some of the fantasy books I was also reading at the time. Like, I didn't know about the global world. I was 12. And, you know, American media is very US-centric, unfortunately. But I truly didn't know where some of the cultures were being pulled from. So getting that context on this read was incredibly fulfilling. And also, I feel really met this book where it was at this time and accepted its questiness. I was definitely more accepting of Lyra than I normally am. 5 stars, easy, one of my favorite reading experiences of the year. Like, this might have been my favorite reading experience over The Incandescent, but The Incandescent's my best new book that I've read. All right, this one I'm going to change. He asks, what is your favorite manga? I don't read manga or comics because I am so bad at reading text and looking at pictures at the same time. It's a skill I do not have, nor do I wish to have it. Like, I don't feel like I'm missing a lot. Like, I know I'm missing stuff, but, like, I have so little time to explore new forms of media. I'm not even consuming musicals like I used to, and that's, like, my favorite form of storytelling. So I don't have time, and I'm just really bad at it. I am so bad at it. So instead, what is my favorite movie of the year? Sinners. Is this shocking? And no. And thankfully, you all went to see it, and it's doing great. Because I remember when I first started talking about Sinners, I'm like, man, I hope this finds its audience because it's so good. It's so good. It's also hitting a lot of my boxes personally from this year. I've been loving 1930s based historical dramas in book and movie So that was great. It's about music. It's about culture. It's a great campy vampire time. Oh, so good. So good. If you somehow have not seen this yet, treat yourself. Have a good time. So the next one, though, is the best sequel I have read so far. What did I write down for this? Yes. The last book in the Verkosigan saga. Ooh, so good. So good. I have a whole video on the reading order of Verkosigan saga, why you should or shouldn't read the Verkosigan saga. I get so excited when someone does pick it up and they are having a great time. I do get it if it doesn't work for you, because I do think there's an X factor that for some readers, it's going to be like, oh my God, this is the most captivating, rewarding thing that I've been searching for my whole reading life. And for other people, it's just like, that was a book. I don't get the hype. And I think that's fair. But there's also just other things that might help you know if you would or wouldn't like it. I wouldn't say you have to be a sci-fi reader to like it, though. I have a friend who would say with his whole chest, not a sci-fi reader, he's enjoying it. So don't let that be the turnoff. Try the writing style. See if you like how she paces things, because she is a good pacer. She's got a good clip. Next up, what is the new release you haven't read yet but want to? This would be the new Malka Older. I believe it just came out, and I haven't gotten to it yet. But otherwise, I'm pretty proud. I have read most of the arcs and new releases that have come out this year that I've been interested in. Have I read The Devils yet? No, but like, I'll get to that when I get to that. Like, it wasn't like high on my list. Same with the new V.E. Schwab. I have access to both of them. I will get to them one day. I don't know when, because they're not like my thing. I just wanted access to them because like they're super popular. And you know, you want to sometimes read the super popular things because, I don't know, this is who I am as a reader. I just love being in the know and having my opinion on things that other people are reading. It's the community aspect. It's very fun. Next up, what is your most anticipated book for the second half of the year? I have so many. So I will generally point you to my anticipated releases update where I talk about all the books I'm excited for the second half of the year and seeing what books I have and haven't read yet that I've been wanting to read. But to shout out here, The Sovereign by C.L. Clarke. I'm so excited. I hope it sticks the landing, truly. And then I read Ocean's Godori earlier this year, and its sequel comes out later. They're all like dropping in August. I'm going to literally implode. Like everything that I want to read is dropping in August. So exciting. Next up, we've got, what is the worst book you've read so far? Now, caveat, worst is not objective. These are my personal experiences. It's The Dragonbone Chair. And yes, I know I'm reading the sequel right now because I'm a glutton for punishment and I love community stuff and yada yada. See my TBR video if you want this spiel on why I'm reading the sequel. But The Dragonbone Chair, for my taste, was one of the most insufferable reading experiences I've put myself through in a while. Part of that is I only gave myself 2 weeks, which I thought would be plenty of time. Apparently it wasn't. Part of it is that the main character is insufferable, and it's not my nostalgia trope bag. I also do think, though, removing myself from all of that, it is a poorly communicated political world. It has so many proper nouns that are hard to grasp. And if you're going to have that many, I feel like it should just be easier. Or you need to do more to be distinguishing of these random people you throw into a room together to talk about politics. It reminds me of like the second book in Witcher. And I didn't like it then and I don't like it now. It's not interesting. It's not good communication and it's not interesting communication. So I think if I ignore even all the other stuff that doesn't work for me, that was pretty bad. And the info dumping is not done in an interesting way. And I love info dumping. I love it. I am known to love exposition drops. But not in this one. So that's my worst, but probably one of the most fulfilling live shows I've done in a while. All right, next up, though, is what is your biggest disappointment? I'm trying to decide. Like, I put down The Spell Shop, but I didn't expect to love The Spell Shop. Honestly, I think it met my expectations, which is sad. One of them is Asunder, because I like it, but not as much as everyone else, and I just wanted to like be like, yeah, also Asunder, let's go. But I'm most just like, it was 4 stars. And then I think probably realistically the greatest disappointment is the new Abby Jimenez, just because, again, I gave it 4 stars. I did not dislike my time, but I've given every other book I've read from her 5 stars. And so I guess eventually she would have to fall. There is no author I give 5 stars to every book. I don't think. Now that I'm going through it, I'm trying to go through my... No, there's no author that I love that I give everything 5 stars. That's an unreasonable expectation. But still, I was a little bummed. Next up, who is your favorite new author, new or debut? This one was the easiest question because he came out of nowhere for me, even though everyone in my Discord knew I would love his works and have been waiting with bated breath for me to pick him up. But this is Cadwell Turnbull. I have read 2 of his works, both of them in one day. So first I read No Gods, No Monsters, and then I read The Lessons. Oh my goodness. I am so excited to continue on with his trilogy. I am so excited to chat with him later on this year. We're going to do an interview on the channel. He is doing fascinating stuff, and it's like, it's my blend. It's my blend of like character focused with weird, interesting world building with different cultural perspectives. And I get that for some people, that's not going to feel comfortable and tropey in a way that they want it to be. But for me and what I look for in terms of the blend of genre and new and culture and people, oh, it's perfection for my brain. I'm so excited. His focus on the community and on people is exactly why I read. I'm so excited to keep reading his works. Let's see, where are we at now? What book has made you cry so far this year? I also just switched it to emotional because do I cry? Do I? No. You know what I did cry at? Watching Next to Normal. We had it on PBS for a while. Wreck. I was a wreck. But that's just me in musicals. Always. Told you, musicals are my favorite. I don't talk about them on this channel because this is not a musical channel. But I love musicals. The one that made me the most emotional was like the last 5 pages of Cryo Burn. And I'm just going to leave it at that. If you know, you know. But woo! That was the most effective 5 pages I've read in a very long time. But now we're going to do... Oh, I think I skipped this one. The biggest surprise of the year so far. Yeah, how do we skip surprises? I got 2, and they're both actually young adult to new adult romantasy. Because romantasy in general is not hitting for me, but that's okay. Like, it's not for me, and that's fine. Like, in terms of, like, I'm not... It's usually the tropes are adjacent to tropes I love, but it's done in a way that I don't love. Like, the execution is always just a little bit clunky or lacking. But the Crimson Moth duology and the Bridge Kingdom are... They're that girl. The hype is real. Especially recently, I just read the Bridge Kingdom and the sequel, and I picked up the sequel right away. First of all, because you should, because like, whoop, that it's out. You should just go get that. But it just does a lot of the things that I love well. And also, it's still dramatic. So like, yeah, these aren't perfect characters. They're doing dumb stuff. Sometimes you're like, why does the plot have to do this? It's like, so there's more plot, so we can be in other situations. I love soap operas. I rarely get to read quality-paced soap opera dramatic type things in books, like a la Charmed or Buffy or stuff like that, but these 2 worked really well for me. You know, so that was just a great surprise. I was very happy to, you know, be like, yes, I get it. This works for me as well. So now we're going to get back into this. What is the most beautiful book you bought? Easily, hands down, Broken Binding, Mask of Mirrors, and the other ones. I'll just show you one of them, but they're stunning. Like the dust jacket, I like. I like the dust jacket. This is not a bad dust jacket. But look at the Nagi. Oh my gosh, she is stunning. She is glorious. We got beautiful end pages. Yeah, come on, let's show you guys the Rook. The Rook is everything. Look at that Dark Lord. So good. He's not actually a Dark Lord. He's a cinnamon roll. And look at that. It's so beautiful. My only regret is that this is obviously bound in the UK, which means I'll never be able to appropriately flop it. Such is life. Such is life. But I love all 3 of them. All 3 of them are stunning, but I'm sure there's other channels that can show them off better than I can. What are the books you need to read by the end of the year? I don't know. I am surrounded by books on the floor right now. Surrounded. I'm generally meeting all my goals though. I've been doing some check-ins. I've done a TBR check-in for like the 20 I wanted to read in 2025 and the anticipated releases on my radar, and I just did a series check-in. I'm doing fine. I don't feel like, oh my god, everything's slipping through the cracks. Like I have buddy reads, and if you're my patron, I guess you know what I'm going to be reading for buddy reads. I have a lot of series that I want to finish by the end of the year. So yeah, I'm doing good. And then so he has some video questions that I thought would be fun because I care about the videos that I put on the channel. So, what is your favorite video that you've made this year so far? And I think I had the most fun creating, editing, and watching responses to my Illumicrate reaction video. There was like an Illumicrate top 100 books of all time. And like, I kid you not, that's a 100% honest to God reaction. I didn't like look at it beforehand and like know when I was gonna, respond what. I ignored it, and then I went and I recorded it, and I sat down and I looked at the list, and I truly went into it being like, this is a popularity list. This is by a company that does XYZ. You know what this list is going to be. Like, I was going to just go in good-natured, and like truly in real time, I am devolving into madness. Like, it's an insane list. It's an absolutely insane list. And it's just a fun, insane list. Like, it's petty. Like, I don't care about it. It's not serious. And I enjoyed that. So that's one that like, and it's also performed well. Like, that's nice. I don't have many videos that perform well like that. So that was cool. And then the next one is video you thought would flop but is doing well. And I have two. And both of them are review videos, because review videos, some of them do perform well and then a lot don't. And that's okay. Like, I make them because I like making them, and that's fine. So one that performed way better than I anticipated is my Fourth Wing series review. That now currently has 5K, which for me is a lot. Like, I know like for other people, but like my average video was going to get around 2K and then never see the light of day again. Sometimes they get more, and it depends. Like, when people get sad about politics, suddenly everyone's looking at my Octavia Butler video, and I think people should look at Octavia Butler all the time, not just when politics make them upset. But that was a different weird moment where suddenly it's like January 19th, and suddenly that video went phew, and I was like, okay guys, everyone's telling on themselves, but whatever, I guess, give me my money, like whatever. It was just weird. The one, though, that I think is doing respectably, and I really wanted it to, because it is actually one of my favorite videos that I've also made this year, and that's the Verkosigan Saga review video. Because I love that series so much, and I don't know, I just want to have a good video to point to, and I want people to find it, and I don't know, there's a couple books that you put under your belt and they become part of your channel identity, and I want this to be part of it, and having that video is one of the first steps. And then upcoming videos you're excited for, I'm bringing back Science Behind the Magic, slowly, because I'm trying not to falsely think that my world is put together. It feels like it's put together, but I have been fooled before. It's been a chaotic 2.5 years. But I really would like to. Cadwell Turnbull will be the first author, hopefully in the August-September time, and I'm very excited for that. And I also want to ask other authors. Like, I want to reach out maybe to C.L. Clark or something. You know, I have authors that are in my head who I know have books coming out, who I think would be fun to talk with and like pick their brains about things. But I just don't want to like overextend myself. In terms of other videos, I'm doing what I'm always doing. I'm reading books from rewards list. I am planning my TBR. I'm wrapping up things. I have whatever takes I have, which are normally not that spicy. But at least when they are spicy, you guys are respectful, and I appreciate that. Upcoming goals, I'm good. I don't have whatever goals I've been talking about. We're doing good. We're doing great. My only one that I would love to try is maybe figuring out where in my habit space I can read more short stories and short works. We are starting to actually more organically get short work discussion in the Patreon side of my Discord, which is really exciting. Like, in addition to every quarter we read short stories together, we're going to have short stories that are kind of inspired by what they do on Reddit, and we'll discuss it in like the Patreon Discord. It basically started because we were reading all the Hugo's short forms this year, and that like was a very lively discussion, and we all really enjoyed it. So we're going to try and keep that momentum going. But just in my own life, like, I recently just bought 2 more short story collections. I really want to read them. And there's a third I want to find, but I need to find time to read those works. So I need to figure out how to organically put that into my reading life, and I haven't figured that out yet. So yeah, that's the Midyear Freak Out Tag. I'm having a good time. I hope you're having a good time. Hopefully by the time this video's up, it's a normal temperature outside, because it's not a normal temperature. When I am hotter than Maracaibo, Venezuela, it's not a normal temperature. If you don't know where that is, it's near the equator. It's where my family's from, and it's normally very hot there and not very hot here. And right now they're tied, and I don't enjoy that. But anyways, if you just want to leave an emoji to let me know you're here, leave a phoenix for the incandescent, because that was my best book. And otherwise, like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.